All right, let's dive into a massive cultural shift that's happening right now. We're talking about the incredible story of how 2025 is shaping up to be the breakout year for anime in India.
For years, anime has been this growing subculture in India, but 2025, this is different. This is the year it really truly goes mainstream. It's all thanks to a perfect storm of huge fan events, major movie releases, and streaming access like we've never seen before.
So, let's start with the first pillar of this whole explosion, bringing the community together, in the real world, on a scale that is just unprecedented.
And this is it, Anime India. It's happening late August in Mumbai, and look, this is not just another Comic-Con. Not at all. It's being billed as the country's largest ever dedicated Japanese anime convention. Think about that. It's a huge physical focal point for a community that, for the longest time, has pretty much lived online.
And just look at the sheer scope of this thing. I mean, we're talking about the whole shebang, from panels with actual creators and massive cosplay contests to anime concerts and film festivals. It's a full-on celebration, and it's designed for every type of fan out there, whether you're a hardcore otaku or just getting curious.
And get this, the star power they're bringing in, it's unreal. The headline guest is Tetsuro Araki, the legendary director behind absolute icons like Attack on Titan and Death Note. For him to make his first ever visit to India specifically for this event, that is a massive statement. It shows just how serious this is.
And here's the real kicker. The starting price for a ticket is just 199 rupees. That single number tells you everything you need to know about the strategy here. It's all about mass accessibility. This isn't some exclusive, high-priced thing. Nope, it's designed to throw the doors wide open for everyone.
But okay, the excitement isn't just locked inside one convention hall, not even close. Which brings us to the second massive pillar of this boom, anime's powerful march onto the big screen.
The 2025 movie slate is just packed. We've already had major releases like Kaiju No. 8 and My Hero Academia hitting theaters. We've even got a gorgeous 4K remaster of the classic India-Japan co-production Ramayana, plus a Crayon Shin-chan movie set in India. Anime isn't just a niche product anymore. It's a serious box office contender.
But let's be real. Among all these huge releases, there is one title that stands head and shoulders above the rest in terms of hype. The one that every single fan is waiting for, the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie.
And this is why the story gets really interesting. So the movie was originally planned for a September release in India. But then something weird happened. The release date was suddenly moved up, by over a month, to early August.
So you gotta ask, right? Why the last-minute shift? What on earth could be so urgent that it forces a studio to change a major movie's release schedule like that?
The answer is wild. It's all about piracy. The demand for Demon Slayer in India is so ridiculously high that distributors were genuinely terrified fans just wouldn't wait. So they moved the release up to try and beat the pirates to the punch. Just think about that for a second. The fan base is so large and so passionate, it is literally forcing changes to international movie release strategies. That's real power.
Which brings us to our third and final pillar. And honestly, this might be the most important one of all. Making anime available not just in theaters or at conventions, but in every single home, for everyone.
And this might be the biggest change we've seen. For years, watching anime in India meant you were hunting down niche websites, you were relying on English subtitles, but now it's a whole new world. It's on mainstream platforms like MX Player and Sony Yay, and here's the real game changer. It's dubbed into Hindi and other regional languages. This is the moment anime shifts from being a hobby for die-hard enthusiasts to entertainment for the masses.
Just look at MX Player's strategy here. Back in May, they did this huge two-part rollout. First, on May 2nd, boom! A big wave of free Hindi-dubbed anime just drops. Then, just 2 weeks later, bam! Another huge batch of titles. This isn't just a random content dump, it's a sustained, aggressive campaign to capture a massive new audience.
And they're not starting small either.
We're talking about global phenomena. One Punch Man, Demon Slayer, again, the legendary JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, all of them available for free in Hindi. They're using their absolute biggest titles to fuel the fire of this boom.
So, let's put it all together. You have a massive convention bringing fans together in one place. You have a flood of movies turning anime into a genuine cinematic event. And you have streaming platforms making it more accessible than it has ever been before. What does all this add up to? Well, it creates this powerful, self-sustaining ecosystem. It's like a flywheel, right? The conventions build the community hype. That hype drives audiences into the movie theaters. The box office success proves the market is huge, which then encourages streaming services to invest even more in dubs and buy more content. Each part just feeds the other, creating this incredible cycle of explosive growth.
Which leaves us with one final fascinating question. We've seen this happen in the West, we've seen it across Southeast Asia. Now, with all these pieces falling so perfectly into place in 2025, are we watching the birth of anime's next global superpower? Only time will tell, but it sure feels like it. Thanks for watching The Explainer.